Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out in support of Wreaths Across America and Wreaths for Uncle and all of the veterans that are laid to rest here. I would like to ask to start the event that you all please join me in a moment of silence to remember the fallen, prisoners of war, and those missing in action, and to honor those who have served and are serving in our nation's armed forces. Please stand while we present the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. To the You may be seated. Welcome, everyone, and thank you again for coming out to support us and in support of Wreaths Across America. I would like to thank the town of Selma for making this event possible and allowing us to be here and helping us achieve what we've done today. I would also like to thank family and friends for their support and the many sponsors who ensured we would be able to place a wreath on every veteran's grave here at Selma Memorial Gardens for the first time. As many of you know, this group, Wreaths for Uncle, was founded in memory of my uncle, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Lynn Fields, who served in the Army Air National Guard for 26 years. After his service, he fought stage 4 cancer for 4 years while at the same time battling for time with his children. They were his world, and he did everything because of them and for them. This spring, he was baptized, and things started to go downhill shortly after. My mom went up to be with him in late April, and she was by his side the entire time, fighting to do exactly what he asked her to do. She stayed with her brother for weeks because she was going to be there to walk him home. She gave him meds every 2 hours, 24 hours a day for 4 days before he passed away May 25th, 2022. I would like to thank her for being an amazing role model as a mom, a sister, and a friend. We are here today because of that kind of love and respect. Our country was founded on this: respect for fellow man, undying love, patriotism, pride, and freedom. This year, across the country at more than 3,500 participating locations like this one, millions of Americans gather safely as one nation to remember, honor, and teach. Lying here and in cemeteries throughout this nation and the world are men and women who gave their lives so that we can live in freedom and without fear. We can worship as we see fit, we can raise our children to believe as we do, and we are free to vote for leaders of our choosing. We have the right to succeed, and we have the right to fail at whatever endeavor we wish to pursue. To the future of our nation, children, young adults, and teens like myself, I want you to understand that the freedoms you enjoy today have not been free, but have come with a cost that many of you may be called to pay someday. For this we say, today, many of you have answered that call and have served your country well. For this we say thank you, and we are honored to know you. Many men and women are serving today in all branches of the military, here at home and in places far away. These men and women are a part of the best trained, best equipped force in the world. We honor them and their families for the sacrifices that they make each day to keep our country safe from terrorism, hatred, and injustice. And we thank those who gave their lives to keep us free, and we shall not forget them. In the words of President Ronald Reagan, Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free. Today we show a united front of gratitude and respect across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who served and their families, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. Now I would like to ask that you remain silent as we place the ceremonial wreaths. Now Staff Sergeant Bond will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Army. Now Staff Sergeant Farish will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Marine Corps. Now Petty Officer First Class Barham will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Navy. Now Tech Sergeant Franks will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Air Force. Now Air Force Tech Sergeant Fields will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of those who are serving in the United States Space Force. Now Commander Mixon will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Coast Guard. Now, Staff Sergeant Lennon Camp will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in the United States Merchant Marines. Now, Marine Sergeant McCoy will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of the 93,129 United States servicemen from all branches of the service whose last known status was either prisoner of war or missing in action. These individuals have never returned to their families and homes, and we shall not forget you. Now, Selma Police Chief William Thomas will lay a ceremonial wreath in honor of those who served and are serving in United States law enforcement. Now, Selma Fire Chief Philip McDaniel will lay a ceremonial wreath in honor of those who have served and are serving as United States first responders. Thank you, branch representatives, for your time today and for your service to our country. It is men and women like you who ensure and have ensured our country stays free. At this time, I would like to invite the Assistant Coordinator and my mom, Elizabeth Fields Morgan, to speak.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. That's a tough act to follow. My name is Elizabeth Fields Morgan. I'm known as Evie's mom at the town of Selma, and I am Lieutenant Colonel Michael Lynn Fields' sister. He served in the Air National Guard as an Apache pilot for 26 years, and after retirement, he was actively involved in the VFW. From the time I started walking till my brother went home to Jesus, he was teaching me how to be brave. One thing, however, I was never brave enough to do was to serve my country in the armed forces. God cuts these men and women out of a special kind of cloth. Showing them respect, remembering them, and honoring them and their families is our duty. It is something we can all do, something we heard from our vets as we spoke to them was thank you for remembering us. It is the small things that we do for them. We are humbled and honored each of you are here today to place wreaths with us. Michael would be thrilled to see what we are doing for local vets. He would also be so proud of Evie for her hard work to make this event happen. She did not do it alone. The town of Selma took on this project with her and worked tirelessly with her. Our friends, our family, and even strangers came alongside to help her. Thank you will never be enough. Wreaths Across America is an awesome organization, and we look forward to doing Wreaths for Uncle with you for many years to come. Now I would like to invite Mayor Byron McAllister to speak. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Morgan. Thank you, Evie. It's an honor for us in the town of Selma to have Wreaths Across America here, to have Wreaths for Uncle here, to have you here putting on this amazing event to honor those that have served us diligently through the years. Our first responders, fire, police, EMS, and particularly our veterans hold a special place in all of our hearts for what they do for us day in and day out. The town of Selma was absolutely honored to have this here. The staff, which many staff are here today to attend this ceremony, were absolutely honored that you asked us in the town of Selma to help put this together. I can't say thank you enough, Evie, for all of your hard work, your dedication, your focus to honor your uncle in such an amazing way. So, from the town of Selma, from the Selma Town Council, which has 3 veterans on it, I believe we have Councilwoman Amy West Whitley somewhere in the crowd here today. We thank you so much for bringing this to the town of Selma, and it's our absolute honor to continue this forward with you in the future. Thank you very much.
We were supposed to have one more speaker, but he was not able to make it today, so I will close this out now. I would like to encourage every volunteer here today who places a wreath on a veteran's grave to say the veteran's name aloud and take a moment to thank them for their service to our country. It is a small act that goes a long way towards keeping the memory of our veterans alive. Remember, we are not here today to decorate graves. We are here to remember their lives, their hopes and dreams, and the great sacrifice for freedom. Each wreath is a gift of appreciation from a grateful America. These live balsam fir wreaths symbolize our honor to those who have served and are serving in the armed forces of our great nation, and to their families who endure these sacrifices every day on our behalf. As you see, we have some lovely volunteers here today as our station managers. We ask that you do not move boxes. They will be handing you the wreaths. Please remember to only place wreaths on the graves that have been marked with a flag. If you notice a veteran's wreath that is not marked with a flag, please let us know, and we will take care of that. If you have a loved one who is buried here who does not have any kind of military insignia on their stone, please let us know, and we will add them to our count for next year. Any graves that are marked that have a Star of David on them, we cannot place a wreath on. So please keep that in mind. We ask that when you go pick up a wreath or when you go place a wreath, to please bring the marker flags back to the volunteers at the boxes. That way we reduce the amount of trash in our cemetery. Taps will be played at noon, during which we ask that you remain silent, face the American flag, and place your hand on your heart. Thank you again for coming, and don't forget to watch out for information about next year's event.